Hi all, this is a slightly different vlog this time because I had a bit of a disaster when I was shooting the footage for my next vlog, which was going to be on photography in the heathland. There's a really lovely place called Dunwich Heath in Suffolk, and I was planning to shoot a vlog there about composition, and there was great light and the still photographs were looking really good and it was looking fantastic, and I was really pleased with the video footage as well. So I thought that would make a great next video to go up on my YouTube site, on my YouTube channel. The problem was, when I reviewed the footage, the audio was terrible. Now, I know, even though I've been a stills photographer for 30 years and I'm new to video footage, that audio is really important, and it's something I want to improve on as time goes on. But I have got a decent mic that's on the top of this video camera at the moment, and it was doing an okay job. So I think I either didn't connect the mic up fully into the mic socket, or there was a lot of wind, and the wind interfered with the audio. So the fact of the matter is, I couldn't shoot or use the footage that I've already shot. So I thought what I would do is, firstly, sort out the audio problem. So I've bought some new audio equipment, which I'm going to open up now. Really excited about that. And secondly, the stills were really good. I was really pleased with the still photographs. So I thought what we'll do is we'll do a vlog here, back in my home sort of studio, or my work area here in my house, and we'll look at the stills and go through the composition and the lighting and the things that make those stills work. So I've still got a video out of that location because it was a fantastic evening. The light was brilliant, the compositions were working well, and not only that, even though the Suffolk coast faces east, so it's much better for sunrises, what we had was a really beautiful sunset sky, and the colour went round 180 degrees, so then it was a case of rushing off to the coast and shooting a sunset. So we got that as well. So I feel it's a waste to leave those stills just sitting around when I could incorporate them into a vlog. So that's what I'm going to do. But first things first, I'm going to open up my two packages. I've got a lapel mic, and I've also got a separate mic and a separate audio recorder. So that should improve my audio, even on the days when it's not windy. So, good stuff. So I don't know which one this is, but I'm going to open it up now. Right, I think it's like one of those things where I should have opened this up earlier, because it's not been on Christmas Day though, isn't it? Really like opening up photography equipment. So this is my Zoom H1N audio recorder. So I'm going to be able to record audio direct to this audio recorder. It's also got a couple of built-in mics, which by the looks of things, really good quality. So all good. So I've got my audio recorder here, sorry. So that's audio piece of equipment number one. And here there should be, I'm hoping, a lapel mic so that I can pick up the sound a lot closer to me, so I don't have a problem with, if I'm shooting by a waterfall, the background noise of the waterfall starting to overpower my sort of voice audio. And here I have it. I have a lapel microphone, all good. So I'm really pleased. If you hear any noise in the background, it's my wife coming through the door, but that's okay. So I've got my lapel mic, I've got my sound recorder, my audio recorder, so I'm good to go. So what we're going to do now is cut to the still photographs that I took on Dunwich Heath a few nights ago, and we'll look at how they work compositionally, look at the light, and hopefully get something decent out of this this vlog in terms of learning about composition and photography. I didn't want it just to be about me opening up new kit, although that's good fun. So that's it for the minute. We'll switch to the stills, and I'll talk you through 3 or 4 stills, including a really nice sunset over the sea in Suffolk. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back in a minute. So here's our first picture taken on Dunwich Heath. in August, so it's a few days ago, and Dunwich Heath is brilliant in August, late July, because the heather, this lowland heather, is in bloom, and you get these fantastic colours. You've got yellows, oranges, reds, purples, so it looks really vibrant. The colour on its own, though, isn't enough to hold the viewer's attention, in my opinion. We need something to anchor that composition. We need a focal point, and on Dunwich Heath, probably the best focal points are the trees. Now, I walked around the various paths for about 15-20 minutes because what I wanted was a lone tree on its own. And there's loads of silver birch trees, but they're a bit bunched up and they're a bit messy. So I wanted a tree literally just standing in the middle of the heather on its own. And I found this Scotch pine eventually, and I think this really works. So I put the Scotch pine off to one side, so we're using rule of thirds. We've also got some other trees in the background, and they create like a little counter point of interest in the background. So we've got this big tree in the foreground, and then your eye travels to the other tree in the background, and then we've got this lovely wash of heather in bloom, which looks great. We've also got really good light. It's about 30 minutes before sunset, so we've got this really warm directional sunlight, and it's lighting up the top of that Scotch pine tree, and again it brings it alive. And then we've got the light spilling over the background, adding a bit of vibrancy to those colours in the background as well. So it's really good. Got a big depth of field, so the tree in the foreground's sharp and the tree in the background's sharp. Shot this at f11, and in this case I actually just focused just beyond the tree slightly to give me a nice big depth of field. So everything's looking sharp from front to back. And that's about it really for this picture. It's a really simple shot. Rule of thirds, and then a second tree to act as a little counterpoint and give us a visual journey from the front to the back. So our next picture is also been taken on Dunwich Heath, and we'll have a look at that next, and then right up at the end we've got a really nice sunset over the sea. So first shot in the bag, second shot coming up. So we're still on Dunwich Heath, and we've still got the heather in bloom, so we've got these beautiful colours, the oranges, the pinks and the purples. But again, it's not enough on its own to create a really good picture. So we're looking to use different compositional tools this time, and as you can see there's a pathway that leads us through the landscape. So I'm going to use that path as a leading line, and it leads me right the way through the picture, which is a good start. I've also got a really low horizon, and the reason I've done that is because I didn't want the pathway to be over dominant. I wanted it to be a leading line but not the main point of the picture. The main point is still the heather and the landscape, and because I've got a low horizon that gives me a really big sky, and in this case the sky is very interesting. We've got clouds, we've got a blue sky, we've got lovely light, so that sky is interesting enough to hold that composition together. We've got silver birch trees on the left hand side and the right hand side of the picture. So you've got a leading line leading you through the shot, a low horizon, a big sky, and we've got absolutely fantastic light. So this lovely low evening light and the shade and the shadows coming across the landscape. So I think this works again, but as I say, we needed a strong composition because the colour on its own isn't enough. So that was two pictures which I'm really pleased with. And then not only that, but we had this fantastic sunset. As I say, because the Suffolk coast is east facing, you don't normally get a good sunset, but in this case I saw the sunset colours start to be being picked up in the sky, and then the colours went around 180 degrees, so we had colour over the sea. So then it was a case of jumping back in the car. It's only about a 5-minute drive to the coast, getting onto the beach and literally running down the beach ready to get in position for a sunset over the sea. So it's a really great end to that evening. Two nice shots on Dunwich Heath, and then into a seascape which I'm really pleased with, and that seascape is coming up next, and we'll discuss why I think that picture works as well next. So here's our last picture, our seascape, and compositionally it's reasonably straightforward, I would say. We've got rule of thirds. The horizon is up high, just below a third, I would say. Then we've got a diagonal line of the surf that leads us through and across the picture, and it leads us to that wave crashing in the midground. Then we've got some lovely light on the sea, and then that sort of leads us up into the sky, and we've got those lovely sunset colours being reflected in the clouds. So all in all, I think the picture works. We've got a reasonably big depth of field. I'm shooting at f11 and the shutter speed to about 1 second, and the 1 second shutter speed I think works really well for this picture, because we've got a little bit of blur in the waves creating a bit of energy, but it's not so blurred that it smooths the whole sea out, because I still think you need to see the texture in the sea. So that 1 second exposure, rather than having a really slow shutter speed of say 30 seconds, I think the 1 second works really well. The pebbles are sharp at the front of the picture, so we've got a big depth of field leading us through, even though you wouldn't notice it in the background. So I'm pleased with that, and it's obviously those sunset colours reflecting in the water that work well, and that's one of the reasons I like shooting on the coast at sunset, because you get those colours reflecting in the water, and that reflective surface really lifts the picture. So it's been a slightly different vlog this time. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed it, then I might revisit this format again occasionally in the future. So I think that's about it for now. Thanks very much for listening and watching. I hope we've got something out of this this vlog from a compositional point of view. And as I say, I've enjoyed making it. I've learnt a few new tricks when it comes to video post-production, so that's good for me. And hopefully the audio is going to be improving now I've got my new audio kit. So I'm going to sort of say bye for now, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for listening and watching. Right, that's about it for this vlog. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit different to my previous vlogs, and I intend to do mainly location vlogs, so me being out on location, looking at different subjects and different techniques. But if you've enjoyed this format, then please let me know. If you can leave a comment below this video in the comments section, that would be great, because every now and again I can look at some still photographs and talk about the composition, the techniques, and all the other sort of thinking behind that photograph. So it may be every now and again it's worth pulling out 3 or 4 pictures and having a chat about those particular pictures. So it'd be great to get your thoughts on the subject. If you do like this format, I won't do it very often, but if you do like it, then let me know. Also, I'm going to slightly change the time when I upload my vlogs. So up to now, it's been, as it's my new channel, it's been a little bit sort of hit and miss really. And what I intend to do is upload them on a Wednesday evening, between 6 and 7 o'clock ideally. It might not be every Wednesday to start with, maybe every other Wednesday's what I'm aiming for, although as time goes on I hope it will be a weekly occurrence. So my thinking is middle of the week. It's only a couple of days to the weekend, so hopefully the vlogs I put up might, you know, give you an idea of what to go shoot or think about for the weekend coming up. Maybe a bit of inspiration, I don't know, it'd be great. So it's going to be every Wednesday or every other Wednesday to start with. Again, if you can let me know if you think that's a good idea, that would be fantastic. So if you've enjoyed this vlog or any of my other vlogs, please subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, press the little bell icon, so then you'll get a notification when my next vlog is uploaded. So for the moment, thanks for watching and listening. Hope you've enjoyed this, and bye for now.